You see that in the doorway? So what do we do? Yeah, yeah. Where'd the other one go? You see? Watch this. Watch this. Everybody ready? Remember, Sassy Grace Woodruff, Nancy K. Sack. The only people that can save me are the people of this world who actually care about making things happen. Without you guys, it'll never happen. I can't do this by myself at all. But something is going to happen because it has to. If it don't happen, then we are never going to be able to end world suffering ever. Choose me, Nancy K. Woodruff, Nancy K. Sack, Sassy Grace Woodruff, Sassy Grace, because our grace is going to be sassy all over the world. You see it? You see it yet? Do you see it yet? I do, because I know. I do. I know. I know everything. I know everything. Because God Almighty sent me to save the world from this corruption, from everything that we've been going through forever. You guys, if you don't help me, nobody is. Nobody. It's now or never. Now or never. They got the keys to my house. They already know who I am. If you guys don't help me, if you guys don't save me, who is? You hear it? You hear that? I hear it? Hmm. I'm a VA. I'm a veteran with PTSD who's been hurt repeatedly by this government. They sent me out on the street. They made me live on the street. I met all you people. I didn't know black people till they made me live on the street. I didn't know Mexicans till they made me live on the street. I didn't know how much everybody was suffering till they made me live on the street. And that's the way it is. There's nothing I can do other than wait for God to make it happen because God is the only one that can make it happen. I can't make it happen. I've gone through all kinds of stuff in my life to try to make it happen. I can't make it happen. No, nothing I can do. You guys are the only ones, not me. I met people. I've been trying to get people to help me, but it's the way it is. I want my house to be a refuge. I want people to be happy everywhere, all over the world. All right, there we go. You still got it? All right, we still got it. I don't know how to get everybody together. I'm tired of suffering. I'm, I am. I don't want to suffer anymore. I don't want people. I don't want anybody to suffer anymore. Mm, I don't want anybody to suffer. I don't believe that people should be murdering each other over religion because I don't believe that God ever intended for anybody. God never intended for anybody to suffer, but we're all suffering at their hands. And that's what's crazy. They're the ones that did all this. They set us up, and now they're tripping us up, right? Push along. How's it go? Push along, shove along, didn't know how to belong. We made our way into the prison nation. Police said we had to do what they said. We said, fuck you. Now we're sitting in the prison nation. Set up, tripped up with no ventilation. Red, white, and blue jumpsuits, pink underwear. 3 strikes, we ain't never motherfucking leaving here till we all stand up together with no violence, none. Stop hurting people. Listen to each other. Listen to what each other's got to say before you start pounding on somebody. You gonna hit somebody because you think they disrespected you? Don't hit. Words are words. But when you cross the line and you physically hurt somebody, that changes everything. Don't cross the line and physically hurt somebody. Stop doing that. Even Martin Luther King Jr., when he was in jail and they surrounded the jail to get him out, he didn't stay and get the rest out. He left and went home and told Coretta her place was in the home taking care of him and the kids while he was out in a motel smoking crack with whores because they set him up to do that. And he forgot his purpose. He got caught up. Now, here's the difference. I can get caught up. I can. I've been out there in the deep, dark wilderness with the Crips and the Bloods and the 60s, Watts and West Side. Y'all took care of me. Y'all might have done some really horrible things in your lives, but when you met me, you found something different and new that you didn't know existed. I told you about my son Isaiah. Remember? We sat there, we talked about revolution. You remember that? You blood? You remember that in front of the convenience store? And we put the mattress behind the store. We was laying back there, bed bugs on the mattress. You remember that? We were sitting there talking, and you said you wanted the Crips and the Bloods to come together. You remember, Blood? Remember, Blood? You said you wanted the Crips and the Bloods to come together. You remember rolling with the 60s? Y'all all agreed that we could all come together and change things and make a great big family instead of being divided into little bitty families. Y'all remember? I talked to you. I know you remember me. Remember? You said, come over to my spot, push me in the shopping cart, and all your friends and family was looking at you. And I'm like, in the shopping cart, you're going, I got a snow bunny. Remember they was all laughing? We had so much fun. Remember? Remember I was in there. I was in there with you, and you had to go somewhere, and that man chased me out of there. And when you came back, you were so pissed off that you almost killed him with your knife. You did. You almost killed him with your knife. I know, because I seen him, and he told me about that. How mad you were that he made me leave your house. Remember? Trying to plug this one in. You remember? You remember that guy? Hey, you remember when you were going to murder that guy in Seattle, Washington, in that great big skyscraper where I think everybody had Section 8, and you came down out of the elevator and you had a scarf? No, I had a scarf. You were holding your dog. Remember? And you let the dog go when you reached in your waistband and pulled that gun out. Do you remember? You remember me? The guard wasn't there, was he? I don't know where the guard was. I would know how y'all got rid of the guard. Was it all on camera? Did y'all get the cameras turned off too? Remember I grabbed your wrist and I kept pushing it up and screaming, prison, prison, you're going to prison, don't go to prison, don't go to prison, remember? And you didn't shoot him? And your dog got out the door, and you came out and you opened up the door, and I was standing there in shock holding your dog, and I handed you the leash and you said thank you. And I went down to the corner trying to figure out what happened. Remember, you pushed past me. I fought you. I fought you hard. Kept pushing up your wrist, and you kept trying to push me. I fought you hard, and I didn't even have any strength. You let me fight you. You did. You let me. You let me tell you I'd pay his debt. You let me tell you that you can get another girlfriend just if she cheated with him. You said he owed you money. I said I'd pay it. You let me fight with you. You did. You could have fucking punched me. You could have knocked me, but and then killed him right there. But you didn't do it. You listened to me. Remember? And then when you finally did push past me, I ran to the door and started screaming, God, please don't let him. God, please. And I was screaming to God that you would not kill that boy. He was a teenager, and you were too. I had met him a few days earlier with somebody else. And I was standing on that corner, scared, trying to figure out what happened. And you walked out. Yeah, I got 3 phones going. You walked out and started walking towards me, and you had my scarf, but I took off my scarf when I sat down to pet your dog. I had taken off my scarf. How did I even walk in that door? That door was always locked. There's a guard. You got to get in the elevator. There is no rooms on the bottom floor. You got to get in the elevator and go up. How did I walk in a locked door? I can't even remember why. How would God tell me? How did I know to open that door and walk in there? And then I was standing on the corner after it was all over with, trying to figure out what was going on. I was in shock, and you walked up, and the vision in my mind that you had a gun underneath of the scarf, and it's leave no witnesses. Bam, bam. Right there, I thought you were going to kill me. And you just handed me my scarf and said, don't tell anybody. Next day I saw that guy, I go, the other guy that I see the other guy with. I said, I met him a couple days earlier with somebody else. Well, I saw the somebody else the next day. And I said, how's your friend? Is he okay? He said, why? What do you know? I said, nothing. I don't know anything. He said there was supposed to be a murder yesterday, and it did not happen. And you boys at Coleman, y'all remember me? Coleman High School, y'all was 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. Y'all remember me bringing the blue-green truck? And I brought the hot dogs and the sandwiches and the Kool-Aid. Remember, y'all tried to murder that boy. Remember that? Yeah. Now I'm trying to make it stand up because I got it plugged in. And for whatever reason, you would think that Apple, of all companies, would have figured out by now how to make a plug-in that fucking goes in sideways so you don't got to sit here and figure out how when you plug it in the bottom. Come on, Apple, you can do better than that. Anyway, y'all remember me? Remember John? Remember I was bringing Isaiah and y'all were all holding him at Coleman in the parking lot and y'all tried to kill that boy, throwing rocks at him. You had the bats. You had the toys off of the truck that I brought for y'all to play with. You took the bats. Y'all was slamming them on the ground, chasing that boy, throwing rocks at him. Remember I kept grabbing y'all? Remember? Giving you wedgies and kissing your cheeks. Remember? And I was chasing you with Isaiah on my back. Remember? Y'all let me catch you. I grabbed you, gave you a wedgie. Remember? I did. Yeah, I did. I gave the boys wedgies when they were 8 and 11 years old, but it was necessary because they were trying to kill that boy. And now it's 20 years later, so, they're like 28, 29 years old. If they wanted to press charges now, the bitch gave us wedgies and kissed our cheeks. Remember, y'all, I gave you wedgies and kissed your cheeks, and told you I loved you and to stop hurting that boy. Then y'all got him pinned in that one back part, the steps, and the 10-foot fence. It went like this. He went up the steps, and there was no way out except climb that 8 to 10-foot fence. And you were standing there with your hand like this by your side. And the other boys was running and grabbing you rocks. And I stood in front of that boy. Told you not to do it. Told you don't. You kept saying, get out of the way, get out of the way. And I would turn this way and show you Isaiah. Remember, Isaiah was just a little baby, like 13 months old. Nah, he was 12 months. He was just little. Remember, you had all that blonde curly hair and y'all was carrying him around everywhere? Don't you guys remember me? And I would turn sideways and I'd say, you don't want to hurt Isaiah, do you? And you said, no. And then I'd turn back this. I just went, you don't want to hurt Isaiah, do you? And they said, no. You said, no. And you just kept saying, get out of the way. And I said, you don't want to hurt Isaiah, do you? No. And y'all finally stopped throwing rocks at the boy. Remember? I chased you guys down for like 2 hours. Remember? Y'all were going to kill that boy. Aren't you glad you did not? Y'all would still be in prison now. Your families would have been murdering each other. And then remember, I took you guys over to the junkyard. We're like, all right, give us something to eat. Remember? And y'all were still being mean to the boy. And I said, not going to give you nothing till y'all stop acting like this and stop being mean to this boy. Remember? Yet everyone, give us our food. Nope. Give us some Kool-Aid. Nope. Not till you stop being mean to this boy. Remember? Y'all were so freaking cute. Yeah. Y'all were so cute. I'm trying to set this phone up a little closer. Fucking Apple can't figure out how to fix a fucking plug-in. Then y'all finally stopped fucking with him. And you started being nice to him. Remember, y'all told me when I broke into Coleman's school, remember, y'all was it, maybe it wasn't you, that God and the devil were fighting inside. Remember, I told you that I went all the way to the top. I broke in that building. 20 years after, Omari Tahir Garrett, Charlie James, and Earl Debnam, and other black activists broke into Coleman School at 23rd Massachusetts in Seattle, Washington, and they made history. Longest civil disobedience in the history of America. They lived in that building 8 or 9 years, no running water, no electricity, while the city lied their asses off. Lied and lied and lied some more. And through eminent domain, forced the black community for the restructure of 23rd Street and I-90 and took all those people's properties and did not compensate them appropriately. Same thing they did in Seneca Village. Frederick Law Olmsted was an abolitionist who did not believe in slavery, was hired by the cities, Seattle, Chicago, New York, etc., because the robber barons owned everything. Now we're going to go back to the robber barons. robber barons. Why the fuck are we calling them robber barons if they never were held accountable? Robber. They robbered robbery. So they're saying that Carnegie, however you say his name, JP Morgan, the Vanderbilts, the Roosevelts, the, what's their names? Eugenics, Rockefellers, the robber barons never were held accountable. All the presidents never been held accountable. Vice presidents, hardly anybody has ever been held accountable. And yet we are all still supposed to conform to this piece of shit ass government that's leading us into World War III. Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, China, Korea, Japan, Russia, Venezuela, Cuba, Mexico, Puerto Rico. And that's just a few off the top of my fucking head. The people that live here on this piece of land called Turtle Island, called this continent United Snakes, United States of America, we are not in agreement. We have been protesting. People are going to jail. People are being murdered by our government. We are not in agreement with nuclear war. Iran, I'm begging you to cease fire. Please cease fire and wait, for God is about to do a miracle. God Almighty is doing a miracle. Iran, I'm begging. Iran, I'm begging. Stand down. Wait. Please wait. Iran, do not retaliate. Give us a chance. We, the people, are invoking the Declaration of Independence. We are firing this corrupt government without violence. And I am promoting my campaign to be the new president and treasurer of all nonprofits. If you created a nonprofit, I don't give a fuck what you think. It's a public corporation. All nonprofits are public corporations. Yes, they are. All nonprofits are public corporations. All nonprofits are a vote. Vote. They don't own it. All of the people, all over the world, not even just in America. But if you created a nonprofit according to the law, you don't got to be a citizen of the U.S. to vote. There is no age limit. You can be a felon. It doesn't matter. You don't even got to be registered to vote to be able to vote. All you got to do is stand with me and stop giving them any more money. You heard me? Don't give them no more money. Don't give the church no more money. Don't give no more money to the taxes. Nothing. Quit work right now. Stop going to work right now. And we will declare Jubilee and you will be free. It's only in your mind. You don't owe credit cards. Who gonna make you pay? You're worried about your credit score? Fuck that shit. Come live with me. Let's pull all our resources together and start growing gardens all over our yards, all over our roofs, all up and down our walls. Let's start using a jackhammer inside the house and dig down to the water table and tell code enforcement they can suck their own ass. They're liars any fucking way. Daytona Beach only has 10 inspectors for a population of over 100,000 people. The whole city's filthy dirty. All they do is get paid by somebody to go try to steal somebody's house. They were trying to steal this house, but now I think they're in the understanding realm that this house was purchased by the VA. This is a VA back loan. I'm 100% service connected. I don't pay taxes. They cannot take my homestead. Nope, this is not what they thought. This is not no regular fucking shit they thought. And code enforcement has already been here and they got a $10,000. I'm supposed to pay code enforcement $10,000. And Itani, who Itani, you're not even American, Itani. Itani. Were you born here, Itani? Because Itani kind of sounds Middle East. Middle Eastern. She don't got an Indian accent, so not India. Kind of interesting, because I was in the Army and I served my country. And I'm 100% service connected, so I'm cared for the rest of my life. And these hoes can't do nothing to me at all. They can't come over here and say, mow your grass. No, I'm doing regenerative gardening and I'm seeing what seeds are growing because I am feeding the bees and the birds and the butterflies and whatever else makes it to my yard. Rats, moles, shrews, armadillos, raccoons, snakes, mice, lizards, frogs, whatever I can get here. All the neighbors are concerned. The wild animals are going to come onto our property. Why would a fucking wild animal leave a paradise to come over and live in poison, you fuck? What, you think that they're going to come over there and attack you? Really? I mean, fuck. I'm just saying, y'all, look, this is it. Fucking revolution. Are y'all ready for the revolution? Because I'm ready for the revolution. I am ready for the revolution. Y'all better help me or it'll never happen because I can't do it by myself. You gotta help me. Please. Please help me make it happen. If you don't, it won't happen. Okay. Yep. Ending it.